The free Chrome extension Snap for Merch on Demand has had a major update. They now support coffee mug resizing at the click of a button, and they even offer free upload automation so you can get your coffee mug designs out there as fast as possible. So to follow along with this tutorial, you need to install Snap. It's a free Chrome extension. It will be linked down below, and I highly recommend getting it. It has a ton of useful features. Once you've got it installed, your create page should have some additional purple buttons right here. And let's imagine that you're uploading this design right here to all of the products, or maybe it's an old listing, you already have it uploaded on shirts and pop sockets, etc., and you just want to enable mugs as well. So if you edit your details right here, you will see that by default the design gets placed in the kind of middle of this print area, and in the preview you see it's on the front of the mug, which is definitely not the best practice. Look at any best-selling mugs out there. They're usually double-sided print right here and on the other side, and this side of the mug doesn't even show in the live Amazon listings in the mock-ups. So this is definitely not what you want to be doing. But now this becomes a ton easier with these additional buttons right here, which get added by Snap. By default, it's on two sides 100%, which is probably the best setting for this. And if you're inside of the designs tab right here, you can't be in the preview side because this button gets grayed out. But if you're in the designs tab, then you can hit apply and upload, and without you having to do anything else, then click this button, it generates a brand new design that is optimized for double-sided print right here. And I know it might look a little bit weird with this gap at the bottom, but that's again just like an Amazon bug. In the actual mockups on Amazon.com, this gap isn't there, so it will print properly as you see it right here in the designs field. Now, if you want to customize this and have this printed smaller for some reason, you also have the option to enter a custom number right here. And additionally, you could also use the pattern option. So if you have a very simple design that you want to repeat across the print area, then the pattern function might be useful. So if we go to preview right here, it looks a little bit messed up with my design, but it's not really one that you would want to use as a pattern. Here's a better example of this effect where I've kind of duplicated a butterfly design across the print area. So that's what the pattern effect looks like with the appropriate design applied. Before I show you how the upload automation works, another really cool feature is two different sides. So if you click on this tab, you can now drag multiple designs into here, different designs that is, and then if you click apply, it will essentially place one design per side. So now we have best start ever right here on the left and the nutrition facts on the right, which also makes for a really cool and unique mug, and you'll find a bunch of those selling quite well on Amazon and Etsy. So this is kind of an interesting strategy to test out, which most people would probably be too lazy to do, but this tool makes it a lot easier. You've also got some buttons down here, default, suggested, average, and max price if you quickly want to kind of jump to a certain price point right here. And you can also deselect or clear the colors if for some reason you only wanted to choose the white mug right here. And just a quick side note, if you run into any bugs, for example, these buttons right here disappearing randomly, that happened to me a couple hours ago, then you can fix that by just right clicking on the screen, going to inspect down here. Then in the top right corner, you want to click on more tabs, which is these two little arrows. Go to application, and then you want to open up your local storage, Merch by Amazon, and just clear all. Then if you close this window and refresh your tab, then these buttons should reappear. But how does the upload automation work? So if you're on the create page, you'll notice down here in the bottom right, you've got this Snap bulk upload button. And if you click on this, it opens up a new window with a bunch of settings. Now this might look overwhelming at first, but compared to some other upload automation tools, this is actually quite a simple setup. If you only want to focus on mugs, then I would just turn off clothing, turn off scalable products and tumblers for now. And right here for the mugs, you have a few settings. So do you want the design to be on one side or on two sides? I would just always go with two sides. You can change the scale if you want to, but I think 100% is best in most cases. Colors right here, change that to all. And the price is again something you can choose. The default will set it to $16.99. If you skip these settings, by the way, then it will use whichever settings you have saved in the Amazon template. And the only thing remaining now is some design. So I've got a sample set right here that I'm just going to drag and drop into this uploader. You can do this with 50 designs at once, and then you just check this box right here, and then you can click Start Automation, and now you can watch it upload the first design. It will scroll down all the way to the mug on its own and resize this so it displays on both sides. And now it's completed this design and it moves on to my second one. And there we go, it's now finishing the last one. It says completed. And now we have a bunch of tabs open right here that all have our designs ready and resized. Now in this example, you would still have to fill in your listing data and then hit publish manually. But there's also some additional settings right here in the uploader. For example, if you enable this text swap setting right here, then you can place hashtag snap anywhere in your Amazon merch template, which by the way is this down here, save publish settings. So let's say this was your listing right here, just a simple example, funny hashtag snap design for the brand and title. If you save these publish settings and then enable text swap in these settings, it's going to replace hashtag snap with your file names. So if your file names were dog, cat, goose, it would say funny dog design for the first one, funny cat design for the next one, etc., etc. So this is kind of a way to have the listings filled in with variables inside of the listing based on your file names. There's also a PDF attached right here as a guide. You can also have the English language copied to all other ones, and you can have these saved as a draft. So if you don't want multiple tabs open, you just want all these saved as a draft and deal with them later, that is another setting that you can enable right here. And of course, you can also upload the other product types like tumblers, scalable products, things like pop sockets, pillowcases, and the clothing products, shirts, hoodies, zippers, etc. And you do have a lot of settings right here as well to configure whether you want back print, pocket print, which colors, prices, etc. Another quick bonus tip for those of you that use Snap regularly, you might know that if you're editing things like phone cases, pop sockets, you have these color swatches right here. You can even add your own to this by clicking Save Color. You have a color picker now where you can highlight any color on the screen and then also have that added as a swatch, and just easily click on these swatches and apply a different background color to your product. Nemo, the creator of Snap, has told me that people sometimes want to delete these swatches and they can't figure out how. There is a little bit of a hidden way to do this. You can just click and drag on the swatch and then you have this drop to delete box up here. So if you drop it there, then you can delete the swatches. So if it gets really full here after a while of using Snap, then you can tidy up by just simply dragging down. Now you can do that with the default swatches, as you can see, but anything that you add yourself, you can always delete. And whilst Snap is 100% free and will always be free, according to Nemo, he does have a donations page. So if you want to leave a little thank you to Nemo for creating such an amazing free extension, you can buy him a coffee right here or multiple at once. So I'll leave a link to the donations page in the description down below as well, and you can also find it right here in the uploader where it says support Snap. If this is the first time you're hearing about Snap, you've definitely been missing out. It's one of the best free Chrome extensions out there for Amazon Merch. So if you want to learn more about Snap and all of its amazing features, check out this tutorial next for an entire walkthrough.